my beautiful people. Welcome back to the Literal Podcast. My name is Ogechi Nze, aka The Phenomenal Oge, your amazing host on the Literal Podcast, your go-to space for navigating life with a sprinkle of faith, laughter, fun, and of course, real talk. So today we're going to be diving into a topic that a lot of us feel but don't talk about enough. So we all have that feeling in our mind, but we tend to shy away from this topic. And that topic is friendships in adulthood. So we're going to be talking about making friends, keeping friends, and also losing friends gracefully in adulthood. We understand that when we were kids, it was a different ball game. You know, friendship just came to us naturally. You go to school, you go out, you go for birthday parties or to church, to mosques, whatever it is. And then you get to meet people. And you know, children are very jovial, so you just tend to make friends easily. So then making friends used to come to us naturally. But now in adulthood, it takes intentionality now to make friends. And it's one thing to make the friends in adulthood. It's another thing to keep the friends. It's another thing to also understand that it's okay to lose some friends with grace, without any bad blood, when it's time for them to go. So let's get right into it. Before we even start, can I just say this, yeah? So we understand that, you know, adulting is already hard. You get me? So adulting is already hard. But managing friendships in adulthood is next level. It's like a different ball game altogether. There's so much to unpack in this topic. So just get comfy, grab your tea, grab your coffee, sit up tight in your sofa or have a lie down in bed. Whatever it is makes you comfy. Just grab whatever it is that you like to drink or you like to snack on. And let's get into this juicy gist together. And of course, if at this point you haven't liked this video, you haven't shared this video, or you haven't even subscribed, what are you waiting for, my love? Hit that subscribe button right now. It's free to subscribe. When you like this video, it tells the YouTube algorithm to share this video to other people who would like to see this kind of content, basically. So please, it means so much to me. It encourages me to keep putting out more interesting videos for you guys out there. So please hit the like button, comment on this video as time goes on, and then share this video to your friends and your loved ones. And please don't forget to subscribe to this channel, the Literal Podcast, because we never stop dishing out sweet gist. Thank you. So yeah, let's start with the fun part, which is the part of making friends. That part seems to be like, you know, the most fun part out of it. But you know that feeling when you just like move to a new city, or you just got a new job, or you just, you know, joined a new church, a new mosque, whatever it is, you just move to a new area, a new house, and then you're sitting and you're thinking, oh, how do I make new friends in this new place and all that? Are you one of those people who has that thought like, oh, what's going to happen now with friends? How am I going to make new friends? How easy is it going to be? How difficult is it going to be? Are you one of those people who also worry about that? If you are, then you're definitely not alone, because I'm just like you as well. Now, when we were younger, yeah, friendships just happened. It was like it just came to us naturally. It just happened. We didn't even have to stress. We didn't have to push for it. You could just, you know, go to school and then somehow you just make friends. Sometimes you even start up, you know, fighting or quarreling with somebody, and then you guys end up as friends eventually. Or you go to a function with your parents, and then they introduce you to, you know, their friends' kids, and then you guys just somehow just become friends. It just happened naturally when we were kids. But in adulthood, it seems a bit different. It's a bit more difficult because, you know, you have more workload. You're juggling work. Those who are married are juggling married life, family, faith, you know, everything. We're just juggling so many things, business, and then, you know, just navigating life in general. And then, you know, having to juggle all that stress, balancing your time for family, for work, and then still creating time for friendships and nurturing friendships. It's a different ball game in adulthood. So I get it can be quite difficult. I bet quite a number of people will agree with me. Let me know what you think in the comment section. How easy has it been for you making friends as an adult as compared to when you were a kid? I'd like to know what you think. So drop your comments in the comment section and I'll be sure to respond. So yeah, when you're an adult, you know, you cannot just, while you're busy juggling life and everything, work and all, you will just be thinking, how do you exactly make friends? You know, some people will say, oh, people in your workplace are not really your friends, they're just your colleagues. So you'll be skeptical about, oh, do I make friends at work? You go to church, you know, adulthood, everybody's minding their business. You know, people are being all mature and uptight. You're like, okay, maybe you try church and then you don't really have many friends there. And then you're like, okay, what do I do? you think of social media, like, you can't just slide into people's DMs and just be like, oh, hi, let's hang out, let's become friends. It feels a bit weird and a bit awkward, but it's not meant to be. Adulthood friendships are not meant to be awkward, but it all depends on how you go about it. So if you go about the friendship thing with intentionality, trust me, it's not going to be awkward and you're going to make great friends. I wish everyone makes great friends because everyone deserves to have lovely friends. So yeah, how do we even make friends as adults? You've got to realize firstly that it's not just about being available for the friendships, it's about being intentional, because everyone wants to have intentional friends. So it's not just enough to be available for the friendships, you have to be intentional about them. So this intentionality also has to include, you putting yourself out there, because you've got to go to where people are for you to meet people and become friends with them, innit? Exactly. So unless you put yourself out there, and putting yourself out there can include joining that group in church or joining that unit in church where you get to meet people and converse with them. It could be joining a book club for those who like to read. It could be going out to places where you get to meet people. It could be attending people's events, weddings, parties, whatever. Social gatherings, basically, where you can get to meet people and then have conversations with them. Those are good places to start to kick off good friendships. So it's not just only to say, oh, I'm available, anybody that wants to be my friend, come and be my friend. You need to put yourself out there first for people to see you. You need to be approachable, you need to be nice, you need to be kind, so that people would find you approachable to talk to and they want to have interest in being friends with you, and you guys can kick it off from there. So yeah, I don't know about you guys, or I don't know what you guys do after work and all the whole adulting stuff. But me, after work, all I want to do is just lie in bed, scroll through TikTok, scroll through Instagram, whatever it might be, watch movies, watch YouTube videos, stuff like that. Those are the kind of things I like to do when I'm off work. And then I just relax and chill, because everyone's already tired as it is. So, but how exactly do you want to make friends that way? How exactly do I want to make friends that way? I need to go out to where I can meet people and get connections, innit? Exactly. So this is not only just speaking to, advising other people. I'm speaking to myself as well. In order to meet friends, you need to go to where people are to be able to meet them and become friends with them. So if you're thinking that, okay, where do I even start from? How do I even make these friends? I'll help you. First things first, you can take a pen or on your notepad, on your phone, whatever it is, just write down 3 activities that you really like to do, things that you find interesting. It could be bowling, it could be watching movies, it could be hanging out, it could be partying, whatever it is that you find fun. You could be, going to church, singing, whatever it is, whatever activities you like to do, just jot them down and then become intentional about exploring these activities. If you like to bowl or you like to watch movies, for example, be intentional about within the next month, I must go to the cinema maybe twice, at least minimum of twice in a month, or I must go bowling at least once a week, maybe over the weekend or whatever. Just find 3 different activities you like to do, or 3 kind of places that you like to visit, and be intentional about exploring these places. I'm intentional about trying to meet people when you go to these places and making friends, saying hello to people, smiling at them, and start a conversation when necessary, and you'll be shocked. You might just meet one good friend. So yeah, if you're also a fit farm person, if you like to gym, you like fitness, you like to work out, you can also be intentional about going to the gym, going for fitness classes. If you're a church person like me, Jesus baby, you can also be intentional about going to church, joining a unit in church, waiting behind a little bit after service to say hello to people, greet people, reach out to people. Things like that cannot be, you don't leave things like that out. So if you're that kind of person, if you like fitness, you like, you like good food, you can go to restaurants, you can go to different places. Just be intentional about, putting yourself out there and keeping an open mind regarding meeting new connections, and you might just get people who you get along with, and then you guys could just kick off that wonderful friendship that will be so lovely, like the ones you see on social media. Who knows? So now let's talk about the real work. The real work is in keeping these friends. It's one thing to make friends, it's another thing to keep these friends. So now we've spoken about how to, put ourselves out there to make friends. Now let's talk about keeping these friends. We understand that with adulting or with adulthood comes life be life in sometimes. Exactly, we all get it. So with adulthood, you still have to be juggling work, you still have to be juggling family, you could be building a business like me, you could be doing whatever, you could be doing different things. Whatever it is that you're doing, it's all good. Understand that you're dealing with life, you're dealing with your career, you're dealing with, some people are building a business, some people are, tending to family and all that. Some people are, trying to raise their home. For those who are married, different things. I understand that it could get overwhelming, and then, your time starts to feel like luxury to you. I get it. But don't neglect those new friendships you made. Friendships are, a friendship is a relationship. So relationships are they're like flowers, they're like plants. You need to nurture them, you need to feed them, they need the necessary lights, they need nutrients for them to survive, basically. So you don't just, I've made new friends, and then you just ghost them, you don't talk to them, you don't reach out to them, you don't make effort to try to hang out with them once in a while, keep up the communication and stuff like that. Of course, the friendship is most likely gonna just die a natural death. We all get that. So now, this is where the real work is. It's one thing to make friends, it's another thing to keep those friends and nurture those friendships. So please don't be a stranger. Make sure you try your best to now nurture those friendships. Find out what works for you and your friend. Find out a time when you and that your newfound friend will be free at the same time, and you guys just walk around it. Walk around with walk around your communication. Walk around hanging out, things like that. Check on each other. Be intentional about caring about your friend and looking out for them, basically. So no matter how busy you are, basically, you need to prioritize your friendships. No matter how busy you are, make out time for your friends. So here, this is where the graceful part, comes in. I understand that, life could get overwhelming. You could be very busy and all that, but that's where the intentionality we spoke about in the beginning comes to play. So with that intentionality now, you could walk around creating time for your friends. So that gracefulness, the grace you give to that friendship, to nurturing that friendship, the intentionality you give to it, could be just something as simple as, okay, maybe you're not available physically. That's not an excuse. You might not be physically available to hang out with them, but that phone call can go a long way. That message, my guy or my friend, how far? How's your day? How you doing? How was work? Get to talk about things that concerns the both of you. Talk about life, family, friends, look at how you guys can, give grace to each other, basically. You can have that word of encouragement for your friend. Even just something as simple as, hi, what's up now? How was your day? I've been thinking, I was just thinking about you. I thought I should check up on you. Stuff like that. It makes your friend feel loved. It makes your friend feel like, I have this friend somewhere that actually genuinely cares about me and is thinking about me. Everybody wants to feel like, they have good friends who think about them. Nobody wants, friends who just ghost them and then, ghost them for years and just come back one day and show up like nothing happened and just hi, hello, and expect that everything will just continue from where you guys stopped. Sometimes it works out like that, sometimes it doesn't. So, you just have to find the balance between, for your friend, because people are different. Different things work for different people. Some friends are okay ghosting each other for a long time and then, they just come back and everything goes back to normal. But some people are not comfortable with that. So you need to find out what works for you and your friend and stick to that. You get me? Exactly. So one of the best pieces of advice I've gotten regarding friendships is that true friends understand different seasons. Yeah. So true friends understand that there are different times and seasons in life. They understand that there are times when we will have more time for each other. We can hang out, we can chill, stuff like that. And the same true friends also understand that, okay, there's some quiet seasons. There's some times when, I'll be overwhelmed, I'll be busy. You will be busy as well. But they understand that despite the fact that we don't have enough time for each other, it's just, the hello, hi, a quick call here and there, a quick chat here and there. They understand that the love is still there. The fact that I haven't reached out to you in a couple of days doesn't mean that, you're not my friend anymore, or I now hate you, or I no longer care about the friendship. No. The friend understands that, there are different times, different seasons in our lives. There'll be times when we'll have more time for each other, and that will be great. There'll be times when, everyone will be busy, and that's still fine. It doesn't make us, it doesn't make our love for each other or care for each other be any less than what it is. So it's one good advice I've received regarding friendship. It's one thing I've gotten to understand over the years, that a good friend will understand different seasons. So in whatever season that we are in at this point in time, it doesn't take out the fact that I care about you. It doesn't take out from the fact that, oh, I love you as my friend and stuff like that. We just have an understanding that, okay, for my friend not to have reached out for this time, there must be something, she's busy and all that. The same way you have a phone, I have a phone as well. So if I don't reach out to you, if you are less busy, you reach out to me. So it's not about, waiting and then being immature and sitting at, she did not call me, so I will not call her. If everybody's waiting for who will call first, who will actually take the bold step to make the call? Nobody. And the friendship will just, die a natural death. So instead of sitting down and being that friend who always waits for 2 years or 1 year and your friend hasn't reached out to you, and then the friend suddenly reach out to you and they're like, oh, hey, longest time, and you're like, yeah, you forgot me. I hate when people say that. I reach out to you after a while, I'm like, oh, hey, hello, how you doing and all that, it's been a while, and they're like, yeah, maybe you forgot me. I'm like, hello, did your phone lose? Did you misplace your own phone? No. Did they steal your phone? No. Your phone, is it still working? Yes, it's working. So okay, the same way I could have reached out to you, and which I'm doing now, is the same way you could have reached out to me. So I'm even better than you. So please cut that nonsense of, oh, you forgot me. We forgot each other, my dear. Please move on. It's important to stay grounded in the understanding that your friendships don't have to look the same with others. Yeah. It's good to understand that your friendship will not always be the same. Your friendships cannot be the same. You might be closer to one person than another person. Your friendships don't always have to look like what you see on Instagram. The fact that, some people have friends that, they have, girls trip or guys trip together, and then they travel, go on vacation and all that is good. It looks all fun and nice. It's very cute. It'll be nice. It's a nice to have. But if you don't have it at that point in time, it doesn't mean that person, your friend, is not a good friend. Or it doesn't mean, you don't have friends. Give your friends some grace, basically. It just means that in that season of your lives, you guys don't have the time, or the opportunity hasn't provided itself for you guys to do all that kind of stuff. But it doesn't mean you guys can't plan towards it. You can. But you need to understand that your friendship will not be the same as that of another person. The fact that other people, go on vacation with their friends doesn't mean you and your friends will have the opportunity to go on vacation. It could just mean your own friendship with your friends could just be, sometimes in some seasons of your life, it will just be you reaching out to them via message instead of a long call, or sending a voice note instead of a call. It could be just you guys show up for each other when it's needed, support each other's business, say that word of prayer for your friend, things like that. Support your friend in whatever way you can. Show up for them, basically. Celebrate with them. Be happy when they're happy. You guys have your moments where you smile together, where you guys cry together when one person is sad. You feel each other's pain, basically. So all that makes you a good friend. So your friendship doesn't have to be exactly the way another person's own is. The fact that somebody's friendship looks all glitz and glamour doesn't mean yours is going to look exactly like that. And it doesn't mean if your own doesn't look like that, your own is not a true friendship, or your own friendship is not great. No, it doesn't mean that. Cut yourself some slack. So here's something I've also been learning. Yeah, friendship is not a one-way street. It takes two to tango. So if you find yourself in a friendship or in a situation whereby you're always the one reaching out to your friend, you're the only one who is checking up on your friend, you're the only one who is following up on them, you're the only one chatting them, you're the only one calling them, and they never seem to reciprocate any of the love back, then maybe it's time to rethink that friendship. It's time to sit back and think, am I in the right friendship? Does this person really rate me the way I rate them? Does this person really take this friendship as seriously as I take it? Does this person see me the way I see them? it's okay to sit down and rethink it and think about it, have that conversation with your friends. And if for any reason, you find out, or you're able to be convinced that this person doesn't really count you as their friend the way you take them, or this person doesn't see you as that important friend the way you see them, then it's okay to step back a bit and then reevaluate your life choices, basically, because it takes two to tango. Friendship is not a one-way street. No one likes to be the only one at the giving end. Friendship should benefit both parties. It should be friendships are there to make people better. So if you sit down and think back and you have that friendship that has not done anything good for you, you've not gained anything, whether moral advice, whether whether genuine care or love or support from your friend, if you sit back and think of that friendship and you've really never gained anything, you've just been the one at the giving end, but you've never actually received anything in return, you've just been the only one giving, and you're feeling drained, then it's time to reevaluate that friendship and maybe take a step back from it. It's perfectly okay, it's perfectly fine to do that, because it does take two to tango. So basically, outgrowing each other, it doesn't make that person a bad person. That friend that has outgrown you, it doesn't make them a bad person at all. It's okay to understand that these things happen. You understand that, okay, yes, this friendship has run its own course. You understand? Exactly. So you meet people in life for different reasons. So you get to meet some people because they have a part to play in your life or in your destiny at that point in time. And it's okay to let them go when it's time for them to leave, without, taking it to heart or making it such a big deal, or becoming, enemies with them, or taking it the wrong way. It's okay to understand that people outgrow each other, and it's completely fine. It doesn't make them a bad person. It just means that friendship has run its course, and it's perfectly okay. So here's where it gets deep here. Even when that friendship ends, even when that friendship you have with somebody has, maybe gone sour, or you guys have outgrown each other, the friendship doesn't have to turn into bitterness. You guys don't have to become sworn enemies. That's where maturity comes in. The fact that you and someone have outgrown each other doesn't mean you guys now need to hate each other. You don't need to start hating on them because they have outgrown you. No, it doesn't need to breed bad blood. It's not necessary at all. So you don't have to drag each other through the mud like Tiger Jen. You don't have to drag them like a better pass my neighbor generator or anything like that. It's not necessary. You don't need to hold grudges against them. You just need to be the bigger person and understand that it's okay to walk away peacefully, and understand that, okay, it's time for you guys to grow in different directions. You wish each other well and all that. If you guys still meet on the outside, you still say hello and things like that, and it's absolutely fine. Understand that it's not easy sometimes, but trust me, it's worth it, especially for the sake of your own mental health. It's so much worth it. You feel so much peace when you let people go in your heart without holding it as a grudge, or holding it so strong in your heart against them, because you're the one who ends up feeling the pain. Basically, this person moves on with their life and they don't even know that you're upset with them, but you're there busy tightening your chest over what doesn't make any sense. So if you get me, understand that it's difficult sometimes. It's not the most easy thing to do, but trust me, you'll be glad you did it eventually, and your mental health will thank you for it. And if you're a person of faith, if you're a Christian or whatever, I want you to understand that God brings people into your life for a purpose. Nothing happens by accident. You don't meet people by accident. People don't come into your life by accident. People can be in your life for 3 reasons. They could be in your life for a purpose, for a season, or for a lifetime. It depends. So it's okay to understand that if you guys have gotten to the end of that season, or the purpose for which God sent that person into your life has been fulfilled, it's okay to understand that it's time to move on. It's okay to understand that, in this season of your life, that person was there for a reason. The person was there for a season. It's okay to understand that once that season comes to an end, it's perfectly fine to move on from each other. And then for the friends who will be there for a lifetime, it's perfectly fine, fantastic. It's okay to understand that, you guys are G's for life, and not everybody's going to be a G for life, basically. So it's perfectly fine to agree and accept that. So when you have that at the back of your mind, it will give you more grace, It will make handling friendships, keeping and losing friendships with grace easy for you when you have this understanding. But listen, no matter how many friends you lose along the way, I want you to keep it in mind that you are enough. You yourself are more than enough. You're a big deal. So you're worth more than begging to be in people's lives. You're worth more than forcing yourself on people or forcing friendships, forcing relationships. Those things are not worth it. So once you understand that, oh, you're enough, once you have that self-love and importance, you hold yourself in, high esteem, you would be more graceful about, handling lots of friends and things like that. You don't need to hold on to toxic relationships, toxic friends, or toxic people just to, feel validated or feel among or anything like that. If that friendship is becoming toxic, that relationship is becoming toxic, those people are becoming toxic to you, it's perfectly fine to step away and walk away for your own sanity. Also, you attract what you attract what you are. No one will love you more than you love yourself. So if you love yourself, your love for yourself, the kind of love and importance you give to yourself will also teach people and show people how to love you. If you have so much love, so much respect, so much regard for yourself, indirectly people would learn. You would end up showing people how to love you. End up showing people that, okay, this is a standard. Anything less than this is not acceptable. And people will understand that, okay, these are the boundaries with you. And they will know that, okay, if I'm not gonna, if it's either I go hard or go home. So people will understand that, oh, this babe loves herself this much. This person, has this much regard for themselves. So if I'm not going to meet up to that expectation, if I'm not going to love them like that or respect them like that, then it's okay to step away. And that way, you have a lot of grace and then you have your self-esteem intact. And you'll be happy for it because you're more than enough. The more you learn to show up for yourself, the more you would attract people who would also do the same. So put that into practice. Put that in mind. The more you love yourself, the more you show up for yourself, the more you would attract people who would do the same for you. So at this point, if you've watched this video to this point, I love you so much. So before I wrap up here, I want to give you a challenge. I want you to sit down and reflect on the friendships you have. Think about it. Are there any ones out of your friendship are there any of your friendships that you need to strengthen? Are there any of your friendships you need to work on? Are there any of your friendships that have become toxic that you need to walk away from? Sit down, think about it, evaluate it, and do the needful. For the ones you need to work on and you need to be better friends to, please work on yourself and make sure you give your friends some grace. Try your best to be a better friend to the friends that you have. But if you sit down and think about some friendships and you feel like, oh, this one has become toxic, this friendship is one-sided, it's perfectly fine to walk away from them. So do that evaluation today, think about it, and you'll be happy you did eventually. So if you've watched this video to this point, I love you so much. If this is your first time on this channel, you're welcome. I want you to hit that like button, drop your comments, share to your friends, your family, your loved ones. Share to everyone who cares to watch this video. Anyone who's going to be benefiting from this video, please make sure you share it to them. Make sure you subscribe to our channel, please. It means a lot to me. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and also turn on your notification bell so that anytime I post a new video, you'll be the first to know because you'll be notified. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you're an old-time subscriber, you know how we do it here. You guys have my heart. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. Thank you for believing in me. It means the world to me because we rise by lifting others. So on that note, I'll see you guys same time next week on the Literal Podcast. I remain your amazing host, Ogechi Nze, aka The Phenomenal Oge. Thank you so much for watching this video. Bye.